Good morning from the 2021 Minnesota Frozen Butt Hang. For those of you at home who don't know what that is, every year, right around mid to late January, there is a group hang that's designed to be really, really cold. I think the coldest it's ever got was like 35 below zero. Last night it only got down to 13. Still cold for a lot of you, but not real cold for this type of event. But I thought I'd show you my winter sleep system. That way, if you're ever curious about what you need or might need, it'll give you a little bit of an idea. First and foremost, I have my War Bonnet Mountain Fly 13-foot tarp. I had this tarp custom made for my Ridge Runner. Ridge Runner, it needs a longer span, so I wanted a longer ridge line, and it works out perfectly for this hammock. I have the spreader bars up top to really lift out the sides to give you some of that interior room. But let's peel this back. Let's dive in and see what I got going on. For this particular setup, I went with kind of a 3-layer underquilt system. I don't have anything really warm for underquilts. The warmest underquilt I own is a 20 degree. Whereas something like this, you probably really need a 0 or a -10, -20, just to be sure that you're really protected. I don't have that, so I took a layered approach, and it worked. It worked beautifully. I was plenty warm last night, even at 13 degrees, so it's not a problem. Right on the outside, from ZQ, 2Q, ZQ. I can never remember what your company name is, sorry. Underquilt protector. That's just to help bottle that heat in, keep off any moisture, keep the wind from blowing away any heat that I had built up. So right on the bottom on the exterior, yeah, this underquilt protector, it's pretty nice. Underquilt protector removed. The next layer on the outside is a homemade DIY Costco underquilt. Now the rating on this, what is it, 50 degrees maybe? But it added just enough to keep me plenty warm. It's got the dual shock cords. This one is actually designed for a regular gathered end hammock, but I modified it just a little bit so it would fit my Ridge Runner. But this little layer here, that little something really added a lot. So DIY, Costco underquilt. Now, as far as underquilt warmth goes, the star of the show, the main source of warmth, is new for me. It's a Loco Libre Ridge Reaper underquilt, 950 down, Z baffles, really well made. It's a 20 degree underquilt. Got it in the multicam. I actually bought this online from a guy named Casey, and what's funny is he's actually here from Kentucky, so for him this is pretty chilly. But this underquilt, it's pretty nice. I still have my Lynx 20 degree underquilt, but it's so old, it's lost so many feathers. I needed something new. Pretty glad I picked this one up. But yeah, that's the main underquilt right there. 20 degree Ridge Reaper, Loco Libre. What about protection from the top? Top quilts. Hammock gear. Econ. Econ means it uses duck down instead of goose down. Very affordable option. Been awesome. 10 degree. This thing has been amazing. Should I own a 0? I probably could, but I'm a warm sleeper. Naturally, I just sleep hot. So a 10 degree kept me plenty warm. I probably could have even went with probably a 20 or a 30 degree, to be honest with you. But hammock gear, for entry level top quilts, they're pretty damn good, especially their economy series. I'm not paid by hammock gear or anything. I've gotten a lot of value out of them, and I can't recommend them enough, really. And the very last thing, just to help keep that chill off me, but even more so, is when you're sleeping in the wintertime, you exhale like a liter of moisture from your breath. And that tends to get everything wet, especially around the collar on your top quilt. It just gets everything wet. So I have a Hudson Bay point blanket. It's a wool blanket. Wool is amazing, and obviously you're not backpacking with this, right? I mean, my car is just right over there, so it wasn't a big deal. But draping this over me, kind of creating that outer cocoon layer, and also helping with any moisture that dropped down onto this, man, it worked really well. I'm glad I brought this. I'm glad I used it. But a wool blanket, and just keep it in your car in the wintertime, You can use it for all sorts of things, but this whole sleep system has been fantastic. I was very, very impressed by it. I think I could push it to below 0 quite comfortably. I probably won't go camping in below 0 because I just don't want to, but I could, right? So that's my sleep system. My hammock, War Bonnet Ridge Runner. This is the newer one made out of the Geotex fabric. This fabric has been fantastic. It's a lot softer. It's not as loud as the Sil Nylon or the Sil Polys. And it's a little stronger too, but I'm really glad I got the new version. So if you want to know the differences between the new Ridge Runner and the old Ridge Runner, I made a video about that right up here, so check that out, you know, if you're bored or whatever. But that's it. That's what I used on this trip, down to 13 degrees, and I slept very, very comfortably, very, very warm. If you have any questions about it, you have any questions about keeping warm in the wintertime, leave those comments down in the comment area below. I read all of them. I respond to all of them. So until next time, appreciate you watching. Get outside. Just because it's winter doesn't mean camping season's over. See you on the next one.